OCO, freethinkers.
I broke down how they took our lands, when they took our lands. I even gave you verbatim government documents, time periods and all. There's no excuse. And all those people that's yelling and screaming, talking about Africa this, Africa that, go there. We not stopping you. Go to Africa. Go live there. See if you can blend in. Ain't gonna be nobody standing there, welcome my brother. Or you are American. It's no problem. Everything you need is here. Everything you need. Follow me. And ain't gonna be nothing like that, Slim. You gotta get in where you fit in, just like everybody else out there. You think it's gonna be a way better living in Africa? They fooled the people like that went on ahead and agreed with the American Colonization Society. They made pretend like it was gonna be a better way of living in West Africa because certain parts were not fully populated, but they were fully colonized. Oh, you gonna leave one colonized land to another one and think that's gonna be a better way of living? That's why it was less than 15,000 of them that went. Everybody else was like, kick rocks. What Negro problem?
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. Relax and take notes.
He's here to make you think.
The Africans came way later, 1900s later. I put that on screen. We were not brought over here by way of slave ships. I put that on screen. I showed you that there was no such thing as a slave ship. I put that on screen. Number one, they couldn't come straight across the Atlantic with the ocean gyres there. They would be lost at sea. Number two, you're not about to fit 100, 200, nobody on a sailboat. They can't carry that much weight on a sailboat. Don't forget that they're calling them ships, but they were boats. Wherries, rowboats, those are small. The cargo ships came in the 1850s, and the first 3 cargo ships were owned by 3 different people, and those cargo ships were not being utilized commercially. The commercial use of the cargo ships came in the late 1850s. By that time, you had, 10, 15 years more until slavery was allegedly abolished?
You are watching a master at work.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said, let him cook.
We have been lied to about who we are. We're not African. None of us are. They got statue after statue up of Confederate soldiers, this, Union Army, that, this museum is this. You do not have the names of your heroes that enabled slavery the way that we were told. You're not telling us the names of the people that made it seem as if you won some type of war by capturing enslaved Africans and bringing them over here. And don't get it twisted, people came, but it wasn't you. Well, me and my wife tell you in these Statue of Liberty videos, but foreigners coming.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Once people get cognizant of what's going on, then yeah, we can make the changes because their stay is a temporary stay. The reason why is because if you look at the term resident, that means that's a person in transient status. That means that person has somewhere else to go. Yeah. That's not their original land. So this is what you're calling yourself when you're saying that you're a citizen. You're saying the same thing. A citizen is a resident. Resident is a person in transient status. That means you're there temporarily. That doesn't mean that you're there permanently. People are not tied to their states. They're tied to estates. Which one is that? It's 13 districts. So who was the head of the 13 districts? The corporation. So where was the corporation established? Washington, D.C. But Washington, D.C. is not a state, right? So anybody that's a citizen, that means that you're stateless. If you're stateless, that means you're not tied to any state. That means you're not tied to their constitution. The reason why is because you're tied to the city of Washington as a citizen. So you're here temporarily by their paperwork. They're literally trying to take you off of your land. That's the enemy. That's how you point them out.
This man is unstoppable.
This is the second time it was changed. I'm going to show you all something. These are the manuscripts of the Virginia Company of London. Look closely at the quote here. It says 20 and odd Negroes, okay? The West Indies. This is talking about the West Indies, where they got it from. That's where they were going back and forth.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Yeah, that boy's scared. That boy's scared.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes. It's Dane Calloway.
Okay. All right, let me make sure we good, because it looked like the video. Hold on, wait. I think I got the echo on. Yeah. Okay, two. Hold up.
OCO, free thinkers.
All right, let me make sure we good. Y'all can hear me, right? We good? Yeah, I think my YouTube Shorts one crashed. I would yeah, that my YouTube Shorts one crashed. My bad, y'all. That's my bad. I'm trying to see if I could pull that back up, but I don't think I can when I'm live. Yeah, nah, the Shorts one crashed. Let me see. Let me see if I could try it again with the Shorts one real quick. I know that was like, you know, my bad, y'all. I don't know why that crashed like that. That shouldn't have happened. But I'm quickly throwing it back up. Yeah, because that was unfair. People were sitting right there waiting. Let me see if I could correct that real quick. It's coming back up, but yeah, it's coming back up, but it's gonna be a whole new URL, unfortunately. I apologize, y'all. Unfortunately, that's a brand new URL, and I can't do nothing about that. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. I'm checking on one more thing. All right, vertical, y'all about to pick up in 3, 2, 1. Vertical, y'all should be online. My apologies. I don't know why that crashed, but it crashed. But I mean, I appreciate those of you that are on, you know, TikTok and YouTube, having patience right there, man. You know, I'm the main engineer in here, the only engineer in here. Not only the engineer, but I gotta have everything together, you know.
Fire.
All right, you finally made it live. I'm glad you can make it. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this topic, y'all. Because I see a few people, like when I mentioned it, a few people didn't understand. Like they didn't think this was, you know, going on. And I kind of forewarned y'all, but at the same time, you know, I didn't want people to be like, well, Dane coming from a different type of angle that you would probably say, oh no, he's hating or something like that. And I'm not. I'm just pointing out what's going on. Now, some of you, and when I'm about to play, some of you are probably going to know exactly what this is. And a lot of people are not. And, you know, and it's not, okay, I don't want, again, you can take it how you want to take it. But I'm going to tell you right now that I told you so. I'm going to tell you right now. I told you so. So, production is A1. I appreciate that. Detroit in the building. Pennsylvania in the building. Okay, yeah, YouTube Shorts. I see you. Y'all back. Hey, I appreciate that. D Nice, shout out the YouTube Shorts pulling back up, man, because I apologize. It crashed earlier. Pool of Georgia in the building. H-Time in the building. Memphis 10 in the building. What up, Quiet Storm? What up, Moses? What up, Cali? Mississippi in the building. Ninth Ward in the building. Nola Ninth Ward in the building. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Los Angeles. Cleveland, Ohio. What'd that say? San Diego. Atlanta in here. Columbus in here. Orange Mound in here. What up, Memphis? You think I don't know? But I was listening to 3-6 Mafia when I was younger, man. They got me here. Dane County in the building. Mobile, Alabama in the building. Flip, Michigan in the building. Man, listen. Why not? San Antonio, Texas in the building. Choctaw Nation in the building. Little Rock in the building. Man, listen. Orlando, by the way, and Claymont, Delaware in the building. Detroit in the building. New York, you heard? OCO, New York, what's going on? Portland, Oregon. Yeah, North Memphis, what's going on? Kansas City, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, Roanoke, Virginia. Hey, listen. I know a couple of y'all going through some, I don't know what's going on in certain areas. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I'm not exactly sure if that's being done on purpose, but I saw some of y'all are without electric, some of y'all are without gas. I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting that word, so I'm gonna have to take a look into that. But I'm not trying to jump. I caught myself. I was about to jump topic, because hold up, I want to talk about this topic right here. You see, y'all be getting me excited. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute, Levante, I ain't even see what you said, bro. Hold up, let me go back. A long time, but needs to be do something brand new. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's more like they not going. Okay, Levante, hear me out. I don't want to put it on the fact that it's my skin complexion. Okay, let me take that echo off. I don't want to put it in that. I don't want to. What up, Landover? I don't want to put it in that. It's more like, I've been trying to forewarn them that these are the things that we could be doing for ourselves on our own. We can do this. Yeah, I took the echo off. We can do this. So okay, yeah, let me go ahead and play it, man, because I'm jumping. Hold up. So let me play. Okay, this was Obama back in 2011. This was Obama back in 2011. Watch this.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
Stop. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. 2011. 15 seconds in, Obama says...
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
Okay. 16 seconds in. What this sound like to y'all? Of course he reading from a script. You could look at his eyes and see that he reading from a script. But before we go any further, I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds real quick. I'm gonna put 30 seconds on the clock. Type in the chat. What does sound like to y'all? Give me your answer in the chat. 30 seconds on the clock. Look, I gotta hear this. 16 seconds in. What this sound like? Not only is it scripted, but nah, we gotta talk about this because there's other things happening. Okay? There's other things happening. I'm gonna get into that right after this. I just gotta point this out. So a lot of y'all, matter of fact, let me show them that a lot of y'all got it right. Look at the comments. From YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. This is what they think sound like. Now, I was picking randomly. You said play it again?
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody. Waste we should be getting rid of even if we didn't have a deficit. Sure, some of these cuts aren't that big, but no amount of waste is acceptable. Not when it's your money. Not at a time when so many Americans are already cutting back. Just as families are living within their means, government should too. Did you know the federal government pays for a website devoted to a folk music ensemble made up of forest rangers? They're called the Fiddlin' Foresters. I'll put their music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website. And there are hundreds of similar sites that we should consolidate or just get rid of. By the way, you're not only paying for websites no one needs, you're paying for thousands of buildings all across the country no one uses. For the last decade, the government's owned a massive and completely empty warehouse in the middle of Brooklyn, for example. Now, the government hadn't been able to sell this building and others like it because of red tape and Washington politics that held things up for years. But we're finally cutting through all that.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, let me get this straight. So now you want me to hear Donald Trump out. Now, this is real. This was done in 2011. You can look this up. Y'all can look this up. This is, hold on. I'm going to give you the name of his plan real quick. Just in case y'all want to go behind me and check this out. But I just find it odd that I understand some American people out there wanted to, want a feel-good story. Oh, man, here we go. Dang, you gonna do this early? In the grand rising? You gonna do it like this? Yeah. Because it's the same old, but now, okay, so hear me out, right? Was Obama a Republican? I'm just saying, was he a Republican? Right? No. Instead of Doge, he called it campaign to cut waste. Campaign to cut waste. And I'm gonna keep playing the video. It's gonna be shocking.
Plan to get rid of these buildings in the months ahead. We need to step up our game. We need to go after every dime. We need to make government work for you. That's why, starting today, I've asked the Vice President to lead a renewed effort to hunt down misspent tax dollars in every agency and department of this government. We're calling it the Campaign to Cut Waste, and I know Joe's the right man to lead it, because nobody messes with Joe.
There's a new standard by which the government is going to function from this point on.
You got to be
The
kidding me,
American
right?
people are entitled to transparency. Look, a lot of this depends on new, sophisticated methods, but it also, we know, depends on relentless focus on making this a priority. Focus that can't
2011.
be delegated. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we're deeply committed and focused on making government function better. We're not just eliminating fraud and waste. We hope to be instilling an entire new culture that not only our administration, but every succeeding administration will in fact pursue. We're going to give you the government you expect and deserve.
So are we not hearing the same play? Now, I'm just saying. Now, they got rid of some waste, right? And so is those. Okay? And so is those. Now, my thing is this, right? But what about the Americans? They're telling us this time around that not only Americans' money was spent on paying taxes, the money that the Americans spent on paying taxes was also being pushed over to foreigners this time around, right? With Doge, right? Paying for people's weddings, birthday celebrations, vacations, all sorts of things, negative and positive, right? But nah bit of that money went back to the Americans. And here's my thing, and I said this before, I said this numerous times. I don't trust a politician. I don't trust the government. I don't trust these people. The reason why is because every time something gets screwed up and somebody come in and say they got the fix, it stays screwed up. It stays screwed up. I mean, let's think about that now. What would you do? What would you do to hush up millions of Americans? What would you do? So right now, Trump, for example, okay? Let's talk about it. Hold on. For example. And let's be real. I want y'all to be real here. I'm not playing. Trump, for example, promised that he was going to do this and clean house, get rid of the deficit by, slapping people with fines, making people pay tariffs. I mean, then all of a sudden they found some fraud in the government. They want to clean that up. What about all that extra money? That's American dollars. Okay? And I said a while ago, why is it not being given back to the citizens? Right? Trump never stated anything. Keep in mind, there's always going to be people talking for him. He has an administration. He has advisors. And one of his advisors is Elon Musk, yet another billionaire. Just keep that in mind. A billionaire coming out of his mouth saying that they were thinking about giving Americans $5,000 each. I told y'all that's not even considered chump change compared to how much the government was giving Ukraine, for example. It's not even chump change compared to how much Ukraine got. Okay? Now, some of y'all gonna be like, well, no, hold up, Dane. Wait a minute. Trump got other plans. He don't listen to Elon Musk. Because it was people out there, including the Democrats, stating that Elon Musk was the president. I mean, of course, they were, trying to be funny with it. And, I mean, why he got to be showboated around? I mean, he got more than one senior advisor, I'm sure. Right? But why he got to be showboated around? Don't forget, a few days ago, he was showing off his new Tesla that he gave Trump. Right? It was red. Showing him how to drive. It was like a damn commercial. And it was asking him It was asking Trump questions. while he was showing off this new Tesla and told him to get in, and Trump was talking about that, and oh, let me drive. It was live, right? And they were showboating this as this was news, as if it was news. But it just looked like a long-ass infomercial. Not necessarily talking about anything, just danced around a lot of questions that was answered as if they'll, state anything that amounts to them being, look, we're going to come back to that question later at a different time of day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, they pushing it off, right? We're going to answer that later. Even though you would think that he's giving answers to these questions, but I don't think these reporters are asking the right questions. Okay, for example, if Doge found millions of dollars, they said billions, but let's just say it was millions. It doesn't matter either one, millions, billions, right? If that's the case, then why don't you hand that back to the Americans one way or another? Cutting the deficit, right? But you turning around and putting tariffs on things that's imported to America for Americans. Okay? So that means if you put tariffs on these places that import things that we need in America, they gonna raise the prices up. Hear me out. I'm just saying. They gonna raise the prices up. And I'm trying to simplify this because I'm using logical thinking here. Seriously. It looked good. You slap a tariff on and we're gonna get, you gotta pay that. But that's not stopping them from raising their prices up. Okay? That's not. So that price that company raises it up to, does it fall back on the importers? It's going to fall back on the consumer buying the imports. Like it always do. Same thing with taxes. Okay? Employer, employee. I'm just saying. Now, some of y'all may look at this as a good thing because he's slapping tariffs on different countries. He's flexing muscle. Not necessarily. Remember in that movie Ferris Bueller? And Ferris Bueller, the teacher, I think I got that, right? Don't I got that? And I used that when he was like, let me see if I could find that. I don't have that here. Yes, right here in this scene.
Anyone? Class? Anyone?
This scene right here.
Anyone?
Okay, so that scene, the teacher was actually talking about, I'm trying to remember if it was Eisenhower. He was talking about a president at that time slapping tariffs on different places and how the economy crashed because of that. Now, I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen in this case, but I mean, is that the reason why they want to switch to a different currency? Because first of all, the currency got to be up off the ground. So they're going to fall back on crypto. I mean, that's the reason why they're promoting crypto and they want to get rid of it. But dang, we got to let it crash or burn in order for us to start over. But in whose interest? Because there should be a conflict of interest here. Okay? When Doge is being ran by Elon Musk and Elon Musk has ties to the Doge cryptocurrency, it's like you can almost, pinpoint exactly where they're headed in this direction. And he handing the president's staff Tesla's being all buddy. I'm like, bro, this is not for our interest. This is for their interest right here. Again, okay, let's just say that they switched the currency. Who's to say that regardless, I'm just saying that they switched the currency over, how much are we going to end up paying when it comes to them taxing the consumer because he slapped tariffs on imports that fall back on the Americans and then lying about this $5,000 thing right? Okay, now here's another thing. On that note, I'm going to play this one right here. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this one.
But it sounds like you're saying, trust us. And are you worried that at some point, Americans are going to feel like there's a bunch of billionaires in Washington who are playing Russian roulette with...
Hold on. I actually just got finished saying that. Real talk. Okay, hold on. Let me explain. I'm jumping. Because I want people to understand. Like, it's like certain people don't get it. This is the Commerce Secretary. Okay? Howard Lutnick. The Commerce Secretary. Now listen to what he's saying.
It sounds like you're saying, trust us. And are you worried that at some point, Americans are going to feel like there's a bunch of billionaires in Washington who are playing Russian roulette with our retirement?
$2 trillion deficits don't bother you at all. How could you ask me, while we're running a $2 trillion deficit, and not care? You're destroying the people who have run this country before, are destroying the future for my children and my children's children. I can't have a 50, 75, we have a $36 trillion deficit. And we used to run deficits of 400 billion. Now 2 trillion, everybody's like, who cares? I tell you what, who cares? Donald Trump cares. And when we balance the budget, you know what that means? That means our deficits stop. Interest rates come smashing down. His goal is to have external revenue. You know, the way I think about it, we all are so used to paying taxes. We're so used to it. We have like Stockholm syndrome. You know, don't stop the Internal Revenue Service, God forbid. How about this? The rest of the world leans on our economy, breathes off our economy. Not only is our economy $29 trillion GDP, but we consume $20 trillion a year. We are the buyer of everybody's stuff. We buy everybody's stuff. So who's more important? The people who sell stuff or the people who buy stuff? So we are the buyer of everybody's commodities, products, goods and services. Everything comes from us, right? Let them pay a membership fee. We all understand that model. Let them pay. How about we, you and I, and every single person we know pay less? How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is.
Thoughts.
No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year.
Hold up. You know what his goal is? No tax for anybody who's making less than $150,000 per year. Now, hear me out, y'all. That sound good, but you know companies are going to be out there wiggling in their way around that. Like, say, for example, you make it close to that, okay? They're probably going to fire you and rehire you at $90K, $100K. Like, people get real sick. But again, this is someone else, because that's besides the point. This is someone else speaking for Donald Trump. This is not Donald Trump speaking for himself as the president. I need you guys to understand that. Now, again, both of these people are, have positions of so-called power in their own right, okay? As far as whatever the division they're overseeing. His is the commerce, Elon got those, right? As far as that is concerned, that's one thing. But they don't make the final decisions. They can make suggestions, okay? But that doesn't necessarily mean that Trump is going to swing in that same direction as his peers are indicating when they're speaking for him or speaking about him, because they don't speak for him. There we go. That's not their duty. None of these people speak for him. Okay? And I feel as though that's important because we're giving the props to Trump. for certain things like this. When things like this hit the tabloids, everybody thinking, oh wait, zero taxes for Americans, make another 150K. Now, what if a real big effect actually would have happened? It would be, I mean, since we throwing out suggestions, not just for people making under 150K. Why don't it should? Okay, what about taxes? Stop taxes at 50K. Or if you want to keep taxes around, why don't you make 50K of the taxes kapoof, tax free? I'm just saying, tax free, so everybody can benefit, not just the people under 150K a year. I'm just saying. So if anybody, okay, realistically, 50K, no matter if you're getting paid more than that a year, okay? I'm just saying, the people that really pay taxes are making, I'm talking about taxes, are making 50 and up. Okay? I'm making 50 and up. So, okay, give us a break with the 50. Now, if we break it down and do the math, that'll probably save us about maybe $35,000, $4,000, maybe $5,000, $6,000 a year. And what's wrong with that? That's everybody, though. That's everybody. Now, I'm talking about just in taxes. Now, I knew it was BS when they were stating that he was going to get rid of the IRS. Again, that was another ploy that was put out there in the tabloids to make Trump seem like he's something that he's not. Because again, until it come out of Trump's mouth, until he signed his name on the white sheets of blank paper, until they make it lawful to the point where I can pull it up on Congress.gov, WhiteHouse.gov, I'm just saying. Otherwise, we just listening to dead air. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't do anything. It's up to Trump. Dane, they could be influenced to Trump. I don't think so. Trump ain't budged with one very important thing that y'all forgot. This whole time, I could make fun of how Obama did, during his term, and how, the prices were, how everything was structured. And his blame was, Congress and the Senate ain't want to work with him, right? They gave him a second chance. Same old, same old. He was always helping out other foreigners. Joe Biden. Well, Trump first term, everybody gave him an excuse. You know what I'm saying? They said, nah, the first term, throw it out the window, forget about it. It's all about his second term. Joe Biden came in. Prices went sky high. More foreigners came in. Okay? A lot of our infrastructure was being handed over to foreigners, right? Illegally and legally. Okay? No. They said Joe Biden's term was the worst term. All right, boom. Okay. Here comes Trump again. Now, hear me out. I said all that to say this. I don't think Trump gonna budge. Here's why. Nothing went down. As far as prices concerned. Prices that affect Americans right now. Whether it be taxes or whether it be prices in general. Now, you already talking about slapping tariffs, okay, on imports. That is going to cause a ripple effect, and it's going to fall back on the American. If you don't work on something right now, where you telling people, look, prices of gas is going to go down, electricity going to go down, water going to go down, it don't matter your talks about, 150 or under, you know what I'm saying, no taxes. I'm going to tell you why, because think about it. It's not going to matter because that's somebody else saying it, number one. It's not like it is Trump saying that. That's number one. Number two, what's the point? To keep you around and to, making you wishful thinking that that's actually going to happen when he could slap his pen down on some paper right now and making an executive order to stop. Maybe it could be American importers raising these prices up because the foreigners already got their prices up when things get imported. As to the reason why things could be up high still today, because nothing changed. Now, yes, I agree. You can account for inflation, but at what point does inflation jump to prices 250%? No. Things are way too high right now. It was way too high when Joe Biden was in office. Nothing changed, is my point. It don't matter the president. At this point, the prices are still high. No, but we got to listen to all these not even campaign promises, but all of these people that are in, I guess you would consider his administration because of what he got going on. No, that's not helpful to the American people, not right now, just because you talking about it. So, I don't like that. They're going to put this in the news again. And then he tried to double, and this how you could tell they're going to do it, because he doubled down on it. What was it, yesterday? This was him yesterday.
When the president balances the budget, his first move is going to be, he has suggested that he would like to waive taxes for people under $150,000. That's
why, because I'm going to tell you right now, the way Trump be moving and the way Trump be talking, how come Trump ain't never say this on camera? We see Trump constantly, at least twice a day, talking to reporters. The first video was March 11th or 12th. Today's the 15th. Where is the video of Trump saying anything close to what this guy's saying? I'm just saying.
When the president balances the budget, his first move is going to be, he has suggested that he would like to waive taxes for people under $150,000. That's aspirational, that when we balance the budget, and let me tell you, he's got a plan to balance this budget, right? We are going to take $1 trillion out of the waste, fraud, and abuse of all of our entitlements and all of our systems and all of our waste, and then we are going to raise $1 trillion. That's the Trump card. The Trump gold card is going to be a huge revenue producer. Tariffs are going to be a huge revenue producer. And then getting rid of all the tax scams like Ireland making $75 billion budget surplus. We've got all the ships of the world having Liberian. Imagine a Liberian flag so they get out of paying U.S. taxes. You cut all that stuff out. You got a balanced budget. But on the way, we're going to cut no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security.
Oh man. Let me ask y'all a question. Okay, so do y'all think this is real? Do you believe? Now I know again, I'm sure it's gonna be some Trumpers out there like Dane believe. I know y'all gonna be like, yo, please believe that this is gonna happen. This is a great thing. But I'm just saying. What if they doing this in preparation for what's getting ready to happen? Okay? Where it's really not going to make it. I'm saying, if you raising the prices up sky high, throwing tariffs on other countries that send imports in here, it's going to affect the Americans. One way or another. I'm going to tell you that right now. So even if you do stop Social Security, right? Stop taxes on 150 and under, right? I'm just saying, even if you do that, are you really going to see a benefit when prices are even higher? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the point? Now, it would have been dope as hell if you would have dropped the prices of what is happening now. Like before, like anything else, drop what's happening now. Then say, okay, all right, yeah. No taxes, 150 and under. We slapping tariffs there. Don't worry, it's not going to affect the Americans. It was never a promise made by Donald Trump that this would not affect the American people. Because we know how commerce, and with him being the Secretary of Commerce, he knows how this goes. When you slap tariffs, and y'all could check the history of America and all of the presidents, administrations that did something similar, it always didn't go the right way, as if, that is going to work in our favor because we charging them more. No, all they're going to do is raise their prices up. And that's going to in turn make everybody else raise their prices up. We got to get out of this loop. And the only way we get out of this loop, me personally, I feel as though we get out of the loop by staying out of the loop, staying out of the way of what they want done for their government. Y'all gonna be like, dang, nah, man, this is how it is, man. We gotta live like this. This is what God put us on earth to be. God put us on earth to be American citizens, dang. Nah, we can't have it the way we want it. No, we can't build our own communities, our own nations, our own governments. We can't do that, dang. This is where we were born. This is how we were raised. This is how we were educated, dang. They got control of the system. There's no point. No, that's wishful thinking, dang. Don't do that. They got an army, dang. Be scared. Be scared. Be scared, dang. Nah, we done tried it before. They dropped bombs on us, dang. Be scared. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. It is not just me that's talking like this. There's millions of people out there. I'm just encouraging people. All right, come on, what we waiting for? What are we waiting for? We can actually do this right now. We see exactly, like, if you really do and I'm going to be going live later on this evening, by the way, because I'm going to talk about something very similar to this on an education note. But it's, like I said, similar to this, but it's like in correlation to this. That's what I should have said. Later on this evening, like about 6 o'clock. I think I'm gonna have to do something in between. That's the reason why I'm gonna have to come back. But anyway, I wanna go over that part that certain people don't know, the history of why we got here and why we can do this without their help. Like it's the only thing that they would need to do is step out of the way. That's the only thing they would need to do is step out of the way. Just move over. I'm just saying, like why make it harder for, okay, let's just say, for example, you gotta understand something. People making over 150K, you gonna think that, oh, they don't deserve a tax break because they making a lot of money. That's BS. That's BS. Now we gonna say, okay, like how we get on the rich people. Like, for example, the millionaires. Oh, man, they got enough money to pay them taxes. Right. You see what I'm saying? See how, but it's cool for people 150K not to get taxed. It's cool for that, but it's not cool for anybody else. Right. And I don't like that because that, again, creates division. I'm not about that, bro. I'm not about that. Okay. And don't, maybe I just don't get it, but don't take this the wrong way as if I'm trying to say, oh, okay, well, the majority of the Americans, make over 150K. It's not even about that for real. My thing is, it's like how they singling out one group. Make it worthwhile. Make it where I said 50, but because I know a person is not, not the average American not making 150K a year. I'm not saying that. That's why I said start at 50. Everybody 50, just 50 out of that. Whatever they make a year, tax free. 50. That makes everybody benefit. Okay? Whether if you make more, everybody benefiting. Right? That's what I'm saying. So I gave a suggestion of how it would make more sense to me, in my opinion. Because, again, when you're just saying 150 or less, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else is up. Like, it would make sense. Again, it would make more sense if prices was low. Property taxes up high. All them grocery stores are up high. Gas is up high. Everything is up high. Like, bring it down. And y'all priding off of, for example, Elon Musk. Like I remember that during that press, whatever the hell they wanted to call that, when it was Elon and Trump dancing around, toying around with his new red Tesla. That did look good, but that wouldn't be in a Tesla, okay? There's another company out there in China, if I'm not mistaken, that's way better. That's way better looking in the inside. And like that made me think. I was like, damn, this one, all right. I forgot the name of the company, but they way better, in my opinion. But anyway, as far as the technology and the inside of what it looked like. Yeah, but anyway, so I was like, okay, so they dancing around with this, right? Enticing people to get Tesla, right? After you just said it's not going to be mandatory for people to get EVs. Which one is it, bro? Like, what? We don't know which way he about to go, but I know for a fact that right now it don't look good for the American people, because regardless, even though it seemed like it's going to be all right, everybody want to be in a great mood with that. And I agree with you. You should be in a great mood with that. I don't want you to think negatively, but again, we got to think realistically here, because again, if we don't, then history is more liable to repeat. I'm about teaching people that we seen this already. Don't let this happen again. Keep in mind, it's the same agendas, different people. It's the same agendas, and it be the same outcome. Like right now, like for real, draining the swamp is what? Okay, any swamp members get arrested? Did we see any arrests with some swamp? No. The only arrest we seen was ICE arresting foreigners. Obama's still walking around. Hillary's still walking around. The people you don't like and I don't like still walking around. So we still gonna play this game? Okay. And then we see not only are the prices are up, they're pushing people away by raising the prices up even higher. So now they want you on the outskirts instead of the inner cities. They want to take over the inner city. Right? We done seen a lot of areas get flooded. We done seen a lot of areas get wildfires. We done seen a lot of areas without power, without gas. They pushing people out. A lot of people would theorize, hey, it's about, making smart cities. But think about that now. If Elon Musk, and he does, got the cars, he got the trucks, right? He got the planes. Don't forget I showed y'all that he got them EV planes getting ready to come out. He got them robots. Want to be in your household. Why not? The next best thing for him to do is create smart cities. Then he could get with BlackRock and all the rest of them people, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, this billionaire looking out for billionaire. In my opinion. So back to what that lady said, like, some of y'all may disagree,
but it sounds
but
like you're saying, trust us. And are you worried that at some point Americans are going to feel like there's a bunch of billionaires in Washington who are playing Russian roulette with our retirement?
I mean, she got a point. She got a point. Not only with your retirement, you seen how they did the seniors before. They done did that with Obama. They done did that with Joe Biden. I'm just saying. And it's not just the seniors, it's everybody included. But yeah, the seniors don't have no real protection. Not anymore. So it's deep. It's not, again, it's not about, it hasn't been about America as far as Americans are concerned. They want to pretend like your voice counts. Me personally, I don't like what I'm seeing, the way that goes, number one. And number two, the way people are falling into the same trap over and over and over again. And it's not difficult for us to do the things that we need to do. Okay. Again, these people had to get hired in these positions and be taught about these positions before they hired in these positions. But in some cases, they don't. They learn on the job, but they have experience in other areas. Okay? Some leadership role, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it aligns with their job duty for that particular position that they were hired for by way of Donald Trump and his administration. We already know Andrew Johnson was uneducated. They, reportedly stated that he was illiterate, and he was the president of the United States. So I'm just saying, we ain't got to reach back that far, but I'm just saying that I don't trust these people. And I've been saying that for years. I don't trust them. My stance on where this government has always been the same with me, because I have been constantly exposing a lot of things that they have been doing. And it has not been good over the years, over the existence of this foreign government. Okay. Again, I told you from day one, it has never been for the people. The people did not include American citizens at all. We the people is straight up about referring to the government only. We the people refers to the government, not the American citizen at all. They are switched it over from republic to democracy. Some of y'all may say that the republic and democracy is one and the same, but there is differences. Okay. It has to be returned back to the public, and it's not republic. Rejuvenate, reconstruct. They're not returning it to the public. It's not, the people ruling the government. It's the government ruling the people. It's been like this for years, man. I'm tired of going through that. I'm tired of allowing or seeing my people go through that. It's like, God damn, how much coffee do you need in order for you to smell it so you can wake up permanently? Like, it don't take that much coffee in the world. Like, how the hell you don't see what's going on? It don't matter what these Democrat nor Republican. It don't matter. It don't matter. It does not matter. But again, y'all gonna mess around and wait till Trump get on year 3 and be like, well, he was the worst and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden y'all gonna change, I'm like, look, all right. And then he allegedly is supposed to be the one to stir people into the agenda for the 21st century. The agenda, and it sounds just like it, what they doing right now. That has all to do with the government collaborating with large corporations only. Okay? And all things are coming from those companies only, meaning the government and large corporations that the government is in business with. Only. Taking over everything, not just agriculture, everything. And that's not fair. Certain people were like, well, that's just a rumor, Dane. It's so many. Well, I'm sure they didn't cleaned up the internet now. And they, as far as you trying to, reach it on the surface, you gotta dig to get those records now. But Agenda 21 is absolutely real. Absolutely. Now, and people saying, well, it's a plan for the NWO, Dane. The NWO take it. What you think the NWO is? Well, it was one world government. But think about that. One world government doesn't mean all governments have to collaborate, since a government is acting as if a government, meaning that it is a corporation. Somebody incorporated a business and they're doing business as a government. That doesn't mean that it has to be a government of a particular country, okay? Valued as the government by that country's people. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, businesses could walk in, large corporations, you see what I'm saying? Could walk in and say, let's join forces with this government, which is already foreign, okay? And take the people and take everything over. That's New World Order. That's one world government. That's it. And the people want to believe that it's not real. And I'm like, look, it can be if we continue to allow this to happen. He already signed I'm talking about Trump, already signed executive orders on the new currency. How many are y'all ready for cryptocurrency? And be real, how many of y'all are ready for cryptocurrency? If things switch over, I'm just saying, if things switch over, how many of y'all ready for that? Now, you know, y'all probably gonna, and I said we don't need to worry about a digital currency because we already using digital currency right now. What you think the chip is for on your credit card? Before the chip came, the credit card, you're just going by way of the internet. Same thing with crypto, going by way of the internet. It's based off of the servers. We're talking about currency over the internet. Just like when you get your cable company and, you know, they offer you the phone services. You know, they want you to plug it up to the back of the modem. It's a phone over the internet. Your cell phone is phone over the internet. Phone over frequency. So they have controllers, they got handlers. I'm just saying. And of course, anything can be hacked, especially coming over the internet. So I'm like, okay, all right, y'all want to go with some other currency? This time it's digital and somebody we don't know has control over it? Again? Is this something that we created? No. Cryptocurrency been around for years. Just here recently, 2020? They started making crypto popular when everybody was at home. Oh, and conveniently, having crypto went viral. You got to get your NFT and, you know, and we need you to buy the NFT with the cryptocurrency. It's going to be amounting to this in a couple years. Trust me. The only way it's going to benefit somebody is if it benefits the people who are invested in it. That's the only way it will benefit anyone. It will only benefit those who are invested in it. So again, if you want to make something beneficial for us, you got to be invested in it. It's that simple. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in this later on this evening. Okay, I'm gonna give a history side of this and give my take on it again and show you examples as to the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just here to make you think. You're your own human being. You are a grown man and woman out there, men and women. Okay? You make your own decisions, but I'm just saying. Those that think alike, those that think similar to me, we need to connect. It's time. It's time. It's been past all that old school stuff that we tried and all the rest of that. Please don't even suggest that. Don't even waste your breath. Because you always talk about the stuff that's not successful. Nobody really talk about the stuff that's successful. Why? Because they're regurgitating information that they learned from other people versus them going out for themselves to check exactly what happened. But this is what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you exactly what happened and show you. And then we can make better decisions out here for us as a people. Because I don't like seeing my people putting their faith in something unforeseen. And I'm not talking about your religion, but you religiously are catering to these Democrats and Republicans as if they're the end all be all, and they're not. They got handlers. It's a business. You don't get a chance to see who at the top. Just know that they there. You see? It's a business. That business is going to turn around and vet itself? That's just like, for example, a police department investigating an issue with the police department, the same police department. Oh, don't worry about it. We have our own private investigators right here in the department. How does that make sense? It doesn't. But okay. Later on this evening, I'm going to make sure you learn more. Let me end it right there. I appreciate you all for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your evening, or day rather, and I'll see you in the evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for part 2. I love y'all. Wado. I'm J.
Yeah.